all you literary legends and luminaries. I'm Julie, and welcome to Write Smart. Today's episode is about Mindy Kaling's memoir, Why Not Me? First of all, I should have not read her book right after reading Seth Rogen's yearbook. Way too much celebrity. Their lives are nothing like the average person, so my opinion of Kaling's book might not be as objective as it should, although I still like the book, if that makes any sense. I loved Kaling's tone and voice. I really do. She's funny and she's witty and she's very creative. I have not read her first memoir, so I don't have much to compare it to. Other than The Office, I don't know her from much. I never watched her show. However, I know she has a ton of writing credits and she writes for many television shows. I'm very interested in the creative and writing aspect of those we call celebrities, so I thought her book would be another great source of inspiration. And it was, although at times it does get a little envious, which I will wholeheartedly admit. However, with both Seth Rogen and Mindy Kaling, they are incredibly hardworking people who deserve every ounce of their fame and fortune. Kaling is a very personable person, which I adore. Even though some of her stories were more from my college days of years ago, it was still cute and refreshing and surprisingly insightful in regards to appearances and dating. There isn't necessarily a strong theme that links her chapters or essays. I'm not even sure what you call them exactly, but the title of the book obviously pulls it all together. Why not me? That alone is inspiring and kind of a kick in the butt. Why not anyone? Every single chapter reveals a lot of her personality. Her voice is strong and readable and very funny. She describes her daily schedule, her friendship with B.J. Novak, her nervousness in the writer's room, and befriending President Obama. Some of the chapters seem a little bit self-indulgent, but hey, it's a celebrity memoir, so that's to be expected. I particularly enjoyed a chapter titled A Perfect Courtship in My Alternative Life. It was so captivating as the plot revealed itself through the emails and texts of teachers. She should write fiction or branch off into romantic comedies for movie scripts or something. So let me read you an excerpt so you get an idea of what her voice is like in the book. When you are entitled, you are the most insufferable person ever. If you are entitled and hardworking, which I am, you are still pretty insufferable, but at least you somewhat earned your entitled behavior. For all my other theoretical faults, no one can deny my powerful and driven work ethic, handed down to me from my immigrant parents and my suburban Boston peer group of kids who thought Cornell was a safety school. I had thought it went without saying that I would one day have a show at NBC. It felt like destiny. It's crazily presumptuous, but I always imagined a world where my show was on the same network as my favorite must-see TV shows. And now it wasn't going to happen. It's weird when you feel your dreams slipping away from you, especially when you have no other dreams. I was surprised that my overwhelming feeling was not sadness. It was terror. What on earth am I going to do now? I thought. The Office isn't going to last forever. Would it end, and would I go work on a lesser comedy, sitting bitterly in the corner of the rewrite room of my mismatched moms, eating a California Pizza Kitchen Thai crunch salad with peanut dressing on the side, telling people how great my show would have been? Or would I have to take a job as the obligatory ethnic host of House Hunters International, my voiceover gamely trying to maintain the tension of which house will the couple pick, when everyone knows it's the one the wife wants near the beach? That's perfect for entertaining. Yes, so it's a bit arrogant, but she lets us see inside her mind, no matter what we're going to judge her for it. So what I loved most is that you'll be engaged in the story she's telling, and then she has these one-liners that just make you laugh out loud. She's the kind of person you would want to be your friend. Sure, she might be a bit too chatty and on the verge of annoying at times, but someone who oozes such positivity and is so funny, you would just love to have around you. She's the kind of person I would love to sit next to during those awful teacher in-services or those meetings that could have been an email. Oh, the delight in turning those miserable experiences into something funny and eventful, and Kaling is the kind of person who would do just that. Kaylee's book had the same sort of randomness to it that Seth Rogen's book had, except in hers I have a much clearer idea of who she is and how she lives her life. While I would have liked a bit more of her creative process described and how she got into writing in the first place and more development of that, there's enough in her book that cause you to pause and ask yourself such questions. Why not me? Why not throw it all out there, even if it fails? Who else is going to be you but you? Why not be colorful and emphasize your likes, even if it's not what's in or trending? Each of her chapters sort of sets up this why not aspect, even if that's not her overall focus or theme of the chapter. This is who she is, and even if she secretly wants to be liked, she's going to embrace who she is while joking about her weaknesses and faults and all that make us human. Despite all her name dropping, her book was uplifting. It's a quick read. I finished it in just a couple of days, and it stays with you after you finish it. Because, as Kaylee says, no food is as delicious as food you eat standing a foot away from a trash can. Ask any possum. Thanks for watching. As always, my goal at Write Smart is to get a little bit smarter, one book at a time.